Hey guys, how we doing? Um, I'm Shaun and welcome to this morning's practice session. So I wanted to talk today about how to approach a major triad. More importantly, how a major triad is constructed and kind of how we can play it all over the neck. So the first thing I want to talk about is kind of how we create a major triad. So as bass players, we're quite lucky really because it's quite a patternistic instrument. So for example, we can play a major scale here at D, and taking that same pattern we can move it to E and move it to G, move it to C. We can take a particular shape and move it all around the neck, through all 12 keys, right? And that is a good thing if we still understand how a major triad is constructed. So in today's kind of practice, we're going to look at, in particular, 3 different ways to play a major triad and how we can sort of move it all around the neck, right? So firstly, we're going to start in the key of C. So we're going to start 8th fret on the E string. And I should say all tabs, backing tracks, they're all over on Patreon. So if you enjoy the content and you want to practice a bit more, you want the sheet music, links in the description. So awesome. So yeah, we'll start on the 8th fret of the E string, which is our C. And the first thing to understand about a major triad is that we're stacking thirds, right? So for example, we've got our root, which is our C, and then we're going to go to our E, which is a major third. So one way we can play that is we can just hop over to the A string and drop a fret to the 7th fret on the A string, right? So then we have C, E, C, E, C, E. So we've got our root, and then we move to the major. We move up a major third to the E. But it's really important to remember that there are also other ways we can reach that third. Okay. So for example, from C, again 8th fret E string, we also have a major third down here on the 12th fret of the E string, right? So we've got major third here on the 7th fret of the A. So we go da, da. But we can also da, 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 da. Same note, just a different position, right? And then once we've kind of gone to that major third, we go and we stack on top a minor third, which takes us to our G. Okay. So again, there are multiple ways to play this. So let's say we're starting on C, and we can go to our major third on the E, which is our 7th fret on the A string. We can then also come up to the 10th fret of the A string. Okay, so then we've got da, 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 da. Okay, so we can remember that we just have to go up 1, 2, 3. So 8, 9, 10, and we get to our G. So, and that helps us create the second position, right? So there are typically 3 positions I use with a major triad, and we're going to go into them sort of one by one. So the most common one, I'd say, is the second position, where we go from the 8th fret of the E to the 7th fret of the A, and then to the 10th. Okay, most bass players, probably you as well, you probably know this, but there are also other ways to do it. So as we've sort of discussed, we've got the major third here, but we've also got major third on the 12th fret of the E. So, okay. So, what's the difference between a minor and a major third? The minor third's flattened. It's basically a major third drop down a semitone. So, what we can look at then. So, we said that triad stack in thirds. So, we've got our C on the E string. We can go up to our 12th fret on the E string. And then remember, we have a major third here. So we go across the string and down 1 fret. And that's our 11th, that's the 11th fret on the A string. But we're looking for a minor third. So we just take that and drop it to the 10th fret. Right? So then we have major third, minor third. Okay. So now we have 2 positions. We've got our second finger position, where we use our middle finger to start on the 8th fret of the E string. We go to our major third, our E, which is the 7th fret of the A string. And then we go to the 10th, which is a minor third. So we've stacked the minor third on top of the major, and there we land at G. So, and we've also got our first position, where we start on the 1st fret, the 8th fret of the E string, go to the 12th, and then we go to the minor third, which is the G. So we already have these 2 positions. So that's great, and we should obviously get that feeling comfortable under our fingers before we kind of move on. So what I like to do is to obviously practice what we've learned in all 12 keys. Again, making sure we're quite comfortable and happy playing this stuff kind of all over the neck, right? So again, the tabs for this will be on Patreon if you guys are interested. So moving around, we're going to start with the second position, and we're going to go through the cycle of fourths. So we're going to start on C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat. Oh, I need to practice a bit more. D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G. Cool. And it's important to remember that, I mean, me as well, like I practice this a lot, and I still made some mistakes. Obviously I was trying to talk as well, which might have affected my performance. But then, so we've got this second position. We need to do the same with the first position. So start on the C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp down here, B, E, A, D, G. Okay, so we've got these 2 positions. We've practiced them, we've got them under our fingers, and we started moving them around the neck. Now, there's still another position I like to use, and that's the 4th position. Okay, so again, we're going to start on our C, so the 8th fret of the E string, and the first thing we're going to do is look for that major third. So in this case, again, it's E, so we can use the 7th fret of the A string. Okay, and then once we've got there, we're looking for a minor third. So what we can do is come across to the D string and come down 2 frets. So da, da, da. Yeah. So we're starting with the 8th fret of C, 8th fret of the E string, 7th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D string. Okay, so root, major third, minor third. And again, excuse me, we've got to get that under our fingers, move it all around the neck to get comfortable. So let's give it a go. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's try that again. So 4th position, through the cycle of fourths, all 12 keys. Oh, I made a mistake myself. So as you can see, there's stuff I still need to work on. I still need to practice. So we've now got these 3 different positions: 1st, 2nd, 4th. Okay, all the same notes, just played in a different way. Remember that we're try and think of it as stacking thirds. Okay, there are many more ways to play my major triad than the 3 that we're kind of going through today. These are just the 3 that I kind of like to do. So once we've got these positions under our fingers, we can then sort of practice moving it all around the neck, right? So we're actually going to start in C, but we're going to start down here, okay? So 3rd fret of the A string, still a C, same note. Okay, and we're going to start. Basically, the goal is to play major triads from down here up to the neck. So we've got multiple different positions we can play this C major triad. So we're going to start up here, and we're going to start descending the triad. So we're going to start with the 5th. So C major triad, C, major third to the E, minor third to the G. I'm going to start with the G, and that's open G. Yeah. Then we're going to come down the minor thirds to E, and then we've got the C. Okay. And then what we can do, we can change position. Still start on the 3rd fret of the A string, using our middle finger, and we can play the 2nd position. Okay, so we're now here on the neck. So then again, we can use the 4th position to descend the triad. Okay, and now we're here on the neck. We can use 1st position. And then again, we've got another C here. So again, we can play the arpeggio. Here. So here, we're finished on the G. So we're on the 5th of the triad, right? So we're playing root 3rd, 5th. This is the 5th. So again, we can descend. So down the minor third to E, and major third to C. And essentially we can start the process again. We're now back on C up here, so we can play it in 2nd position, right? And then finish on the 5th. And I mean, it's a bit of a squeeze, but we can actually get to the C there as well. Bit of a tight squeeze, but it can be done. So we've got this activity, this exercise we can now do. And I'm just going to run through it just kind of a bit smoother. I'm going to turn the metronome on. I'm in GarageBand, so I'm not sure you guys will hear it, but we will see. go back up. Okay, just turn the metronome off. And that's kind of it for today, guys. So we've kind of looked at 3 different ways we can play this major triad. We've talked about first position, second position, fourth position. Again, it is helpful. Yes, we use an instrument where, you know, we do have these patterns. We can play it all over the neck and think of it that way. But please do think of it as stacking major thirds. The 3 triads I was showing you, there are more, right? There are more ways to play this. I just wanted to give you guys sort of, especially you guys who are new to the instrument, a starting point. So remember to think of a triad as stacking thirds. Work with these 3 positions. Again, tabs will be on Patreon. So once you've got them under your fingers and you're feeling comfortable, start moving it around the neck, the cycle of fourths. Okay, and then once you're happy and you're feeling quite confident, try this exercise again. It'll be on Patreon, and start trying to play C major triad in all the different positions up and down the neck, right? And then if you do want to challenge yourself, I mean, I'll probably cover it in a later video. You know, you can do it with D, E, F, G, A, B, etc. If you want to challenge yourself. But I'd certainly just start with C and get used to that kind of practice. But thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. If you found it valuable, like, subscribe. If you want the tabs, the backing tracks, any more exclusive content, it's all over on Patreon if you want to support the channel. Yeah, and thanks very much, guys. I'll see you soon.